Good morning, everybody. This is your Thursday check-in on Thursday, let me check, May 21st. This is our last check-in about just taking things one day at a time and how we're looking at life right now. It was said that life has a way of distracting us and taking us away from what God gives us. And, there are a lot of things that are distracting us right now, um, just for example, our hair. We can't go where we want to go. We can't go to the park we want to go to. We can't get our hair cut right now. There are so many things that are distracting us and causing us to lose focus in this world. And sometimes we spend so much time living in the past. It's almost like taking that heavy suitcase. I don't know how you pack, but I do tend to overpack and hauling that heavy suitcase everywhere you go. Could you imagine doing that? I just traveled this year to Texas, and I'll tell you what, it was no fun. So, you don't want to do that every day. Living in the past it is not healthy. Having memories and keeping your history, whether it's at home or at church or at work, is so important. But the Bible asks us, do not dwell on the past. Another thing we tend to do is live in the future. We look at the what ifs in life. What if this happens? What if that happens? I think this may be a really good thing. Oh no, that might happen instead. We don't know what's going to happen. We only can deal with what happens today. How many times have you said something like this? Well, when I finish this project, then, or when I do this, then. Sometimes, oftentimes, then doesn't happen. Talk to me, I'll give you some examples. Our future is unknown. We have to really focus on one day at a time, especially as we're moving into this yellow phase. Yellow's not a grand reopening. Yellow is really simply what it is. On the stoplight, it means slow down. I think this means to us, don't speed up too fast. Take things one day at a time, and it's not easy. Trust me, I'm that person that likes to go steaming forward, and I can't do that right now. We really need to realize that life is about today. We need to enjoy the moment we're given because we're not given this moment back. I was going to share a short fact or story here about Mary Jean Wilkin. She wrote the song One Day at a Time, Sweet Jesus. And I listened to it this morning during part of my devotions. And I have her history here, but when she came from a really good family, she was a very successful person monetarily and in all rights. And she had said she went to a small church. I'm just going to share it with you. She said, I stopped by a small church and asked a young minister if I could talk with him. Found out later I was his first counseling session. I drove up in a midnight blue Cadillac, dressed in a full-length mink coat, with sparkling jewelry and my cowboy boots. I said, I have all kinds of problems. And he replied, well, you look like you don't have financial problems. And I said, no, I don't. He goes, you look pretty healthy. And she replied, yes, I am. So what's your problem? And she said, I don't know. He didn't seem to know what more to say to me. But at one point in time, he said, it's a funny thing, but have you ever thanked God for your problems? I left his office and drove home. And when I reached home, I found it was empty, and I was glad. I sat down at the piano and began to play and sing out loud the chorus to One Day at a Time, Sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking of you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. I thought it was a pretty awesome story and a good reminder of us to take things one day at a time. I miss you guys. God bless, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.